And we've got the French down on the southeast side of the map with the HRE over on the northwest corner. And this is a classic map. Dry Arabia has been in the pool for a while. The players both know it very well. We've got HRE being a lot stronger than they've been in the past due to most recent balance patch, but French always being a strong pick, and we don't, you just don't know if this is a super comfortable for Civ for B yet or not. And looks like both players will be starting with 2 scouts this time.
Yep, they care about the food. They need the food, so they're gonna go for it. I mean, especially because of HRE, like you do want to deny their food, so they're kind of forced to go out on the map. And I'm very interested to see how, B specifically plays HRE, because I think PuppyPaw will most likely play pretty standard. Also, double TC is possible from Puppy, because again, that's kind of been the meta with French. Like, you can go to TC and just still be aggressive. And B forgot the house, by the way. He is Omega House right now. The villager is waiting to be built, and he had to use 3 villagers to uncap himself. So a little bit of an oopsie doopsie, it's getting late. So, and this is the point where you play against opponents, you just tire them out, and then they make mistakes like this.
Yep. And we've got the scouts going around, picking up the sheep all over the map. Looking at this deer, it looks like for B's base, he's got both of his deer up to the north. Same, well, PuppyPaw is spread out a little bit more to the east and to the north. And then most of the relics being on the south side of this map, 4 relics down across the bottom half with 1 just there near that middle sacred site.
Yeah, this is very good for HRE and also very bad. It's very good if you manage to get control of the north, right? You have all the food right there that you need. But if PuppyPaw builds like a tower there and takes control of the food from B on the north side, then he has no food on the map. Like, it's completely over. So it's gonna be pretty rough, I feel like, either way, because that's double deer pack and double berry pack, which is quite a lot to kind of go through. So if Puppy manages to recognize this, he can definitely do quite a bit.
Yep, and don't have to worry about killing the deer here since there's no roost players running about. It looks like there's one stealth forest, I guess, kind of right there almost in the middle of the map that could be interesting as we get some engagements later on. And there's that Aachen Chapel. How do you rate this placement here?
No berries. I mean, I give this like a 7. Berries, gold, wood, and sheep is like a 10. It's like a 7.
Yeah, I need to get those berries.
You could get stone, but it's like, do you really want stone as HRE? Yeah, it's not it.
Now that is a nice kind of forward gold mine as far as PuppyPaw charging across with those knights looking to do some damage. That will be kind of easy to pick off if he wants to do that. So do you think B will put up any type of military, I'm assuming at least a barracks, right, to try to defend against these knight raids?
You could go for just a tower, like upgrade it, especially now because knights, have harder time healing.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't remember playing in B's HRE, so he might just go like the PuppyPaw route with HRE where he makes barracks and stables, or he might just, decide to go with 0 units, or he might go second TC. Like, I have no idea what to expect from him.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be a mystery here as we reach second age. You see the scouts in there harassing as they always do. Do you do this just about every game? Sit there and harass the gold line?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important. Like, you force your opponent not to just micro, but you force them to perhaps forget about something else, like maybe upgrading something or building something, because you are distracting them the whole time. So yeah, that is a really good amount of sheep, by the way, for HRE. For Dry Arabia, that is a good amount.
Right there underneath the town center. Both players hitting H2 at just about the exact same time. We don't have any wheelbarrow in queue yet for either player. It doesn't look like. We have our first Royal Knight queued up, and what is being dropped down there? Is that this is a mill? Curious, I guess, for that. He's gonna go.
He's gonna go super early farms, I think.
Yeah, I guess it is underneath the Aachen. And then we do have a barracks there.
Is he actually gonna go second TC? I think he might.
Yeah, he's starting
this might be for a tower as well, by the way. Because this is something that I do as well. You just go 3 workers, you get 1 drop-off with stone, and you can upgrade a tower with
I think you're right. That's exactly what he's doing. We see that tower being dropped down, him dropping that off, and now he's going to probably go back to gold And probably just going to be Spearman turtling up while he's gathering that gold. And archers are already in queue. Look at that. A mid-map archery range for PuppyPaw. This is some aggro.
Yep, he's going to try to put some aggro, but I feel like it's already too late. Like that
Once
tower
that tower's
is
up.
Yeah. Oh, but he can tower the gold. Yeah, so I don't mind this because now this puts B in an awkward position. And, you know, that first tower of B is a little bit... I mean, you know, kind of want to put it more forward, right, for situations like these.
Yeah, well, if you get towered, you just make your own tower.
Right, but I don't think he can actually reach that. Maybe he could have if he garrisons the villages, because he can't upgrade that front tower.
Oh, he doesn't have the stone.
Yeah, so he can just go around now and tower there too. And yeah, so B deciding, you know, he's not going with no unit into castle. He's building quite a few units, and if you look at his resources, he's pulling so many workers. By the way, like he's got how many is that? 8 on gold, and 3 are running around with stone.
I think he's trying to get the gold in case he gets. I think he thinks he might get pushed off of this, so he's just trying to get his gold to age up, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, even if this fails for Puppy, like I feel like he's done what he needed to do, and
A second mining camp.
I feel like this is one of those things where he's just not as experienced maybe with HRA, because he built 2 towers, upgraded both, and he still got towered. And he built units, by the way. So it's like he really committed to defending this and didn't defend it. And now he has so many workers on gold. That is crazy.
And can that reach the villager with arrow slits now?
Yeah, that is 100% going to reach. And like the thing is, I see what you mean. He's going to like mine enough gold so he can go castle. But then if you go castle, like what
you still need the gold. Yeah, you still need the gold.
So it doesn't make sense to overcommit this much into mining. But yeah, like I said, this is a really good start for PuppyPaw, I think. Like if I'm him, I'm very happy in the situation. And now he's going stables. And that's about to finish. And there we go. The villager farm is
losing villagers. Yeah, that really hurts. So yeah, he's going to get that 600 gold to age up, but yeah, he's certainly going to need more after that. And now the tower is shooting at the other tower. I don't know. I think they can still reach those other villagers. Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he found a sweet spot, but you know, at a point, those villagers will just be like, well, actually, I'm going to move to the left, and then they're going to die.
Yeah. Oh boy, is that what they do? They go back to the same spot? Is that typically happen?
Sometimes it like rotates. I think it's to the right for some reason. I'm not sure why or how that works, but
PuppyPaw's camping out these relics.
Funny thing is, PuppyPaw, yeah, because PuppyPaw, you know, expects castle by now, but he doesn't know that B is not even close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got all this gold, right? But then he's still mining gold with 5 villagers, by the way.
Yeah, he can't really put a whole lot more there. If those ones even are safe, or if he's just looked away. And currently walling up the relics and camping them out with knights already. So as B eventually hits the 3rd age and hoping to pick those up, it's probably not going to happen easily.
Yeah, and PuppyPaw, by the way, never got a wheelbarrow, so that's something to...
aggroing the boar there. Did you see that? B aggroed the boar, and now he's going to try to get him to attack the archers. The archers are running away, but Pumbaa is charging, but he goes back.
Yeah, Pumbaa mad. PuppyPaw, no wheelbarrow, and he's got the 2nd TC, so again, I like the position that he put himself in. That is a lot of workers. But yeah, he's in a pretty good position, I think. He did some pressure, and he's definitely expecting castle, but the castle is just nowhere near. I mean, he's got 20
No food. Yeah, where's all his food going? He's training spearmen? Oh, horsemen, too.
Oh, and he's going to arrive at the 2nd TC, and this is going to be finished.
Yep.
Oh, do you see those villagers? They moved.
Which ones?
They were...
oh, the gold ones?
On the gold, yeah. They moved one spot to the left.
Ah, this is painful. They're still alive.
No idea why. Yeah, and the next time they do that, the villager is dead.
Yep, so we got the horsemen out there trying to pick up a raid, but they're not able to. 2 TCs online for PuppyPaw, of course. French, they train villagers faster, so this is really going to make him scale. Not only is he 2 TCs ahead, or up 1 TC rather. He is trained them faster, and doesn't look like B is going to be aging up. He's got 1K gold in the bank.
Yeah, and you know, again, I'm not sure. I don't know if B plays a lot of H or not, but definitely not in a good spot. And I think PuppyPaw like played this correctly. He's managed to delay the castle. I mean, not only delayed, but like there's no sight of castle. You know what I mean? Like delayed would be if he was getting castle now, but it looks like he's not even going for it. He's just constantly producing military. We do see he's getting blacksmith upgrades as well now.
A market, he bought some resources.
Yeah, so I don't know what B might try to actually go siege engineering and try to push that TC. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if it does manage to get siege engineering and pushes that TC, that is a lot of workers to kill. So we'll see how that one goes.
Yep, we got Horseman kind of running around, B doing his typical thing there. We do see PuppyPaw getting plenty of deer out there on the map. No villagers being harmed yet by that tower. We have to keep watching.
Yep. Oh, he's getting +1 armor.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he'll just dive. By the way, like you
dive
can
that tower.
technically just. No, I mean dive the TC. Like just go for it, kind of.
Yeah.
It's also possible. Like TCs don't have that much health, and if you have like 20 spearmen, 20 horsemen, you can probably just click it and it's gonna die. And you can see PuppyPaw still like his units are positioned. Look at the bottom side relics. Like he has knights everywhere.
Mm-hmm. They're spread out.
He has walls, and he's just waiting for the castle thing to show up.
But he sees the spears now.
Yeah, now he sees a bunch of units, and maybe he does gather his army, but I think he's just like, okay, you have units, but you should be hitting castle like soon, right? But there's just no castle.
Do you think this will be a Burgrave situation?
No, because he already has production, right? So even if he goes Burgrave, he actually doesn't have any. He doesn't have enough economy to support like stables, barracks, and Burgrave as well. Yeah, we see some men-at-arms. So, we see 2 more barracks or 1 more barracks from B. So he's just going for it at this point.
Yep. So going to try to push out eventually as PuppyPaw sitting on 53 villagers.
Stable.
Where? Oh, for B.
Yeah, B is double stable and double barracks, so he is very, very committed. And this is why I said, like, I don't know what to expect because I haven't seen his HRE. But I have not seen anyone else, like, stay in feudal with HRE and go this aggressive. And I think it's going to be pretty rough for him to win. And I think PuppyPaw recognized this, by the way. He is making a lot of units. He's obviously now he's seeing all the army, and PuppyPaw is not skipping on units. Like I said, he's not a greedy player. He's not gonna like be like, oh, I'll just go castle 0 units. He's just matching what his opponent is doing. And you see, instead of walling the relics, he's now walling his base and just playing more defensive because like, well, I have 2 TCs, so I'm ahead, and I'm just gonna try to stay that way.
Yep. So B taking down that tower finally. That's been so menacing, and perhaps. I don't know if he'll think about aging up. He still has plenty of gold in the bank if he wanted to, but he keeps spending that food. So I don't think so for now, as he's burning down the wall there on that relic pin, I guess is what it is. And then moving the horseman out, looking to maybe do a raid. But PuppyPaw, he's going to see us coming. Oh, he's actually going to be able to burn this archery range.
Yep. I wonder if he even... Oh, yeah, he did scout it earlier with the scout. But yeah, that's a lot of horsemen. And he will take the map control, kind of, for now. But PuppyPaw has... I mean, I feel like both of their unit comps can win because there's some men-at-arms in B's army as well. But PuppyPaw has knights, spearmen, which are going to deal with his horsemen super well. And then he has a bunch of archers to snipe the horsemen with. So I think if PuppyPaw micros well, he should be able to win the battle.
This isn't good. So 3 easy man-arms to pick up. Looks like there's also a raid in 3DB's base right now.
It's probably a little knight just farming a little bit.
Yep. And it has also been pointed out, PuppyPaw does not have wheelbarrow. No wheelbarrow for PuppyPaw.
He's researching now, finally.
But yeah,
he definitely forgot
he knew
that.
we were talking about it. Horseman sneaking on through there, that little triangle wall. And now they're going to be pushing forward, just distracting and running around as B is finally aging up right now. About 15-minute, 20-second mark, going to be dropping down at Regnitz Cathedral.
All right. And I think this is definitely uncommon HRE play. I mean, he might still end up winning. Like, he is very far behind on workers, and I think PuppyPaw might not be as experienced against this, so he might not know where he is in the game. He might think he's, like, maybe not that ahead or whatever.
Maybe snuck a Townsend there or something.
Yeah, like, you know, if you don't play against the style too much, you kind of don't get a good feeling for where you're at in the game. Yeah. And PuppyPaw is going to see the age up now, and it's like, okay, well, you can't deny relics, right? Because there's so many units on the map. But at the same time, he is very far ahead on the villager count, so he might not know, like, where he is in the game, and it might force him to make, like, wrong decisions to, like, attack when he really doesn't need to and stuff like that.
Yeah, like when B just hit the next age here. See if he charges in. Horseman, though. Ooh, maybe I missed Micro there. I think he was looking back, pick up relics, and he just lost a lot of horsemen because of that.
And if you look at the army supply, it's 50 against 28, and oh my god, that's a lot of villagers. Did he just put all those villagers on gold?
He's gonna catch up to his man-arms.
Yeah, that's a lot of villagers. Yeah, he's chasing him around, but it feels like he's just forfeiting these units, right? And the question is, okay, you forfeit his units, you kill a couple of villagers, and then when the dust settles, there's going to be 53 army against 0. So what is the plan there? He's still controlling 3 relics on the bottom side, kind of, or has them in control at least for now. But B did take 2, so that's a good amount already for him.
Yep, so losing a good portion of all of his army there as he is in the 3rd age. Picking up, he already has secured 2 relics right now, so that'll be 400 gold per minute, and looking to maybe get some other ones.
Yeah, he's gonna get that boar to try to get some extra food for himself, but it's like PuppyPaw is the timing, right? It's one of those things where if B doesn't take any damage, he can actually even go Imperial, because let's not forget, his eco was really bad early on because he didn't get any outside eco, but now he has farms set up. So even though getting the farms early is kind of like very slow and it's not really efficient, now they're all set up under a chapel.
Yeah, look at that food per minute up there. That's 1,300 plus.
Yeah, and those all are pretty safe. So PuppyPaw is a big army lead, but he needs to like actually recognize this and go for an attack. Because if he doesn't, then B is just gonna get not necessarily ahead, but he might get even and then ahead later on.
Yep, we see some villagers moving forward. Looks like maybe they're going to some gold or something. We do see some knights up north looking to hit a raid. Man-arms there to meet them with the spears. The knight charging around back to engage those archers. Nice micro there. And man-arms against spear, not terrible.
Yeah, and doing some raids. I mean, he's kind of counter trying to raid, but he is splitting off some of his units, which, you know, men-at-arms with an age up are going to do much better. This tower, I don't think, is in the radius of the influence, so it cannot get auto-repair.
Oh, no. He got, yeah, you spoke too soon.
Oh, and now it is.
So he'll be auto-repairing.
Is he going to click the auto-repair?
There we go. Oh. It's got a relic inside there, so it's firing faster. And he's got actually two towers at the front line with relics inside of them.
Look at that range with the relic inside.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
The range on those
is a lot of range.
Is really good. And he's running in here, and we see the army supply is kind of getting closer and closer. He did kill off some workers. He will kill off this tower, but PuppyPaw is still in feudal, and he seems to be still producing units. He's still producing, you can see 3 knights in the queue, spearmen as well, and B just needs to hold. He needs to get maces. He is actually getting the sword upgrade, but he needs to get maces for the knights to be able to chop through them.
Yep, we do see some prelates dishing out some healing here as PuppyPaw moves into B's base just a little bit, but that tower continuing to take some shots, and now B is kind of seems to stabilize here in this fight. And You know what? I'm still just looking at the eco account. PuppyPaw, I guess, is still an age behind as man-arms getting some upgrades, continuing to engage.
Yeah, if this Man-at-Arm had maces, they would. I mean, he's still winning. It's you know, age up
He almost has
difference
that
in
mace
army.
right now.
Yeah, it's an age up army difference, and it does make a big difference. Like, in order to fight an army that is higher tech, you need to kind of overwhelm them. And if it's, you know, the numbers are almost equal, it's just not going to work out too well for the
And
French player.
if he could, I mean, PuppyPaw has the gold, but if he could somehow trap, if B could trap him in the second age, that maybe could be his ticket here.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if B just continues like being aggressive and counter push the whole time and just spam units. Basically forcing PuppyPaw to make units, and then he can never age up. Like, he's just going to be stuck in this age forever.
Yep, we see those maces are now in. As stand and fight right now underneath town center fire and towers. Can't really tell the count of what is left there on the field, but we'll see when this fight is completed. It looks like PuppyPaw is going to be okay to hold this. Sometimes there's just man-at-arms hiding underneath there, wailing away. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to hold for now, but he's got 42 idle workers. Oh, Lord.
That's a lot of
Where
idle
are
villagers.
That is, yeah, that's a lot of dead economy just doing nothing. On the other side, B's worker count hasn't really, like, increased too much. He's just slowly producing, but he did lose a couple of units as well in the meantime. And he's full on production. Like, he's not doing any kind of looking at Imperial. He's just, they're both massing units, but in the long run, this should be better for B if he manages to maintain this.
Yeah.
But the income is pretty high for PuppyPaw if he manages to get the farms done. And that is now the major difference, where B has already, you know, like I said, gotten farms. And if PuppyPaw manages to go farms, he wouldn't mind necessarily staying like this. But we do see the Royal Instant coming up.
Yeah, I've been just watching the mini-map, and B has just been raiding everywhere. So trying to pick off villagers, trying to cause idle time. There you go, picking off a few villagers there. Yes, he's still down quite a bit on villager count. He would need like if he could get a big cleanup on like that town center or something. Oh, got a tap out. And it looks like it's PuppyPaw that tapped out.
That is... He was like at 100 workers.
He just hit age 3, right? He was about to. Was there...
Yeah. He had 100 workers versus 50
was that
something.
a drop by chance? That's kind of was surprising to me. Did you see that being done?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there was
That
there
must
was
have
a
been
knight.
a DC.
There was a knight north, right? That did some damage, but
Yeah, apparently that was B winning 2-1. I didn't quite see that game was over, but looks like B is going to be up 2-1 now in this series, moving on to game number 4. I don't know about you. I was kind of surprised by that.
yeah, I'm not sure why he thought that was over. Like, if he had no age up, I mean, but still he's ahead on workers. But if he had no age up, I can see being like, oh, you know, I'm nowhere near age up. It's just not going to work. Kind of screw this. But he was aging up.